I'm Stephen and Frederick, and this is another episode of How I Cook. This is our getting ready for Super Bowl episode. We're going to do 3 recipes, and we're going to do a few shots. The Super Bowl is a time of highs and a time of lows. People celebrate, people lick their wounds and sulk. So I'm going to show you how to make a few shots. The first one will be a celebratory shot. I will put vodka in a shaker with ice. I'm going to fill it all the way up because this is going to be our base for all our shots, vodka. And shake it up to chill it. So my suggestion is, whoever your favorite team is, you use the color of their uniforms for the color of your shot. Hopefully the Eagles will be in the Super Bowl. I'm not sure because we're shooting before it's been determined. But I am from Philadelphia, so we'll do a green shot. This is a melon liqueur, generic version of Midori. So what we'll do is, we will put a little Midori melon liqueur in the shot glass. These are going to be big shots. And then some chilled vodka. So the suggestion is, every time your favorite team, hopefully the Eagles, score, you do a celebratory shot. So good. I'm going to show you some other shots based on different colors of other teams, and one shot to take if your team isn't doing so well. So I'm going to just clear this away, and we'll start with our first recipe. So Super Bowl Sunday, we want everything to be very easy. This is going to be a cheeseburger casserole that's done in a crock pot. It's very tasty and it's very easy. It'll be in the crock pot. People can take what they want and not miss any of the game. So we're starting with 2 pounds of ground beef into a frying pan that I have preheating. And we're going to brown this. I'll add a little salt. I'll add a little pepper. And you can add whatever you want. If you want to put garlic powder or garlic or onion powder, you go ahead and do it. There is going to be onion in here, and I don't typically put garlic or garlic powder in my cheeseburgers, so I'm not. I'm just going with the basic salt and pepper. Okay, so I've browned the meat. I also drained off some of the fat. I cut up a medium yellow onion, throw that in with the beef. Just gonna stir that up a little. The onion really doesn't have to cook a lot. It's going into the crock pot. So while that is just blending together, I have a cup here. I need to add around 1/4 cup of mayonnaise. I'm just going to eyeball 1/4 cup of ketchup. And a few spoonfuls of mustard. In this case, I'm using Grey Poupon. You use what you like. A really big helping spoonful of Grey Poupon. Also, I had a block of cheese, a 1 pound block. I took a 1/2 pound of it and cut it up. So I have the crock pot on high right now. I'm going to spray it with some Pam. Going to dump the ground beef and onion mixture. On top of that, we're going to put the condiment mixture. So this is like everything you would have on a great cheeseburger. mixed together. It definitely smells wonderful. It smells like a burger. Last but not least, the half pound of cut up cheddar cheese. You use whatever cheese you like to use on a cheeseburger. I like cheddar. I'm sprinkling the cheddar on. And then we're mixing that up. So this is so easy, is going to be so tasty. Two things you need for Super Bowl Sunday. Easy and tasty. 2 hours on high. And we're done. I may be a Philadelphian, but I've lived in the Baltimore area for 27 years. So there's a special place in my heart for the Ravens as well. I know they've been having a great year. So let's make a shot that's purple for the Ravens. If they're in the Super Bowl and every time they score, this is Chambord, black raspberry liqueur. You put a little bit of Chambord in your shot glass. We still have the chilled vodka. And there we have a purple shot for the Ravens. So now we're going to work on what will we have for dessert after our cheeseburger casserole. So I'm going to make cheese cake cups, but instead of having the graham cracker bottom as usual, I came up with this, and I'm using sugar cookie crust. So what we're going to do is we're going to use cupcake tins, and I'm going to spray them all liberally with cooking oil, and then cut the cookie dough into half, and then I want 6 from each one of these. Not all real even, but that's okay. So I'm going to push the cookie dough down into each one. "12 tins with the cookie dough in it. I have an oven preheated to 325. I'm going to put these in there for a few minutes. Get them started. So while the muffin tins are in the oven, I'm going to make the filling for the cheesecake cups. 8 ounces of room temperature cream cheese. Two tablespoons of sugar. 2 tablespoons of flour to have a little structure. 1/4 cup of milk. 1/4 cup of sour cream. I'm just going to eyeball it. Juice of half of a lemon. And 1 egg. So I'm just going to start mixing this together. So when I put the mixer in, hopefully everything does not come flying out. When I was cleaning up, I noticed I didn't put any vanilla in. There. We'll put a little vanilla and mix it by hand. Don't forget the vanilla. Okay, let's take the cups out and see how the cookies are doing. They're puffing up. It's great. And now they're going down. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put the cheesecake mixture right in the cup. So we could just keep it as plain cheesecake, but we're going to make it strawberry cheesecake. Here's some strawberry preserves we received at Christmas. They came in gift baskets. There's two types of people in the world. Those who get it and enjoy it, and those who put it on a shelf and say we're saving it for good. I tend to be one of those people who say we're saving it for good, and you never get around to it. We only live once, so no more saving for good. Let's use everything we're given. People have given us these gifts. Let's enjoy them. So I'm putting some strawberry preserve right in the center. The oven's still preheated to 325 degrees. We're going to put these in that oven for around 18 minutes. Okay, so I've been checking these every 10 minutes, and it's been about a half hour, and these look done. I moved the crock pot over here. Oh, and this is nice, bubbling. In fact, I'm going to lower it to low. But, smells so good. Okay, we're back. What I neglected to say when I took the cheesecake cups out of the oven is they need to cool on the counter for 1 hour. After that, we'll cool them in the refrigerator. So they are cooling over here for 1 hour. Next, our third shot. So we've done 2 celebratory shots. If your team scores, you want to celebrate. But what if the other team scores? You don't want to celebrate, but you want to drown your sorrows? So I'm thinking we'll come up with a shot that's really not that pleasant. So you'll still get the alcohol to drown your sorrows, but you won't really enjoy it, so it won't be like celebrating. So, I have a little horseradish here. A little bit more. Oh. Tabasco. I am not a hot sauce person. There, like 6 shakes of Tabasco. We still have chilled vodka. Oy. Mix it up. Oy. So, we have our celebratory shots, and now the opposing team has scored, and we're really not happy, but we need to drown our sorrows. Yuck. Still gonna get the alcohol. But there you have it. Okay, let's move on to our next recipe. So, I'm sure you all remember from my last video, we went to a Christmas party. And I told you a neighbor had made something that I would make in a future episode. Well, here we are. And what it is she said it's Little Smokies wrapped in bacon with brown sugar. Now, when I heard Little Smokies, I just thought like Cocktail Franks and all. Turns out there's actually things made by Hillshire Farms called Little Smokies. When I looked for them in the supermarket, they were there. So I looked in other supermarkets, they're there. It's just something I never saw. Also, there's different flavored Little Smokies. So, go out and find your Little Smokies. So, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take 2 pieces of bacon to start. I have some brown sugar here, and I'm going to sprinkle the brown sugar on the bacon. These were so delicious. It was smoky, It was sweet. Now these little Smokies are small. So from a piece of bacon, you probably can get 4 or 5 of them wrapped. I'm going to spray a rack here, a baking pan that has a rack on it. The reason I have the rack is I want the hot air to get underneath them as well, so the whole thing crisps up. So spray it with some Pam. Toothpicks. Wrap the Smoky in the bacon, the brown sugar's on the inside. Boom. So easy. These are easy to make and easy to eat while you're watching that football game. I think people are going to love these. I'm going to make more of them, put them on the baking sheet, and then we'll be back. So there we have it. I've made up 12. It is not Super Bowl Sunday here, and there's only 2 of us, so that's why there's only 12. When you make them for your Super Bowl day, you'll make a lot more. Oven is now preheated to 350. It was preheated at 325 for the cheesecake cups. It's going into an oven at 350. Again, the rack is so that hot air can get under them as well on top of them. So the cheeseburger casserole is also finished. You could serve it in a bowl. I like lettuce on my cheeseburgers, so I'll just put a little lettuce in there. Or, what about on a slider? Like a cheeseburger sloppy Joe. It is going to be sloppy, but oh, doesn't it look good and doesn't it smell great? Well, you can't smell it. Little tomato, little lettuce, and there you have it. A cheeseburger casserole slider. So, we have cheeseburger casserole either in a bowl, a slider, the cheesecake cups, the little Smokies, and we've had 3 shots. One more shot. Here's yellow. I don't know if any professional football teams have yellow, but I really like banana, and this is banana liqueur. So a little banana, still some more chilled vodka. So I hope you enjoyed this episode of How I Cook. I'm Stephen and Frederick. Please make these dishes. Go Eagles, go Ravens, go whoever your favorite team is. I thank you for watching. Please tell your family and friends. See you next time.